Well, I think I might talk about death and dying, because a friend of mine died last night. So I'd like to share merits with him this evening. Yeah, it's a big subject, isn't it? Because it's all going to happen to all of us at some point. And I wonder how much we understand what's involved, or how much we've reflected on it. You know, it's a big part of life, and getting to the point where we can meet that consciously, that's quite a challenge, and a wonderful thing if we can get to that place. So, I don't know what your personal beliefs are about what you think happens when you draw your last breath. But, yeah, I suppose it's a very personal thing. You've got to work that out for yourself. But I think to assume that it all comes to cessation with the end of your last breath, just because it's convenient to do so, may not necessarily be the approach that's going to best serve you in the long run. Yeah. So, you know, I asked a question on a retreat a while back, and I hadn't remembered that discourse until somebody sent me a transcription of it the other day, where I said, if you knew that the day after you died, you were going to be born again, and I'm not suggesting you are, this is a hypothetical question, but if you knew the day after you died, you were going to be born again back here, would you lead your life now the way that you're living it? It's quite a reflection, isn't it? If you knew that you would be coming back to start again, how would you live your life to pave the way for the one you come to next? It's an interesting thought, isn't it? I often talk about how rare and fortunate this life that we have is. I wonder if you stop to reflect upon it. But you know, in all of history, to be as supported as we generally are, which is basically to not be struggling to find food and shelter, to be born in a time without strife is extremely rare. And then to be born with the faculties by which you could understand or start to see truly for yourself the nature of what life is, so you could work out for yourself how to free yourself from suffering. This is also rare. One of the things we might reflect upon is what would be the grounds for a life as fortunate as this. Now you've started to understand. Very, very early days, I know. But the more you practice meditation, the more you start to see, or the more you see clearly, and ever more clearly, how the past has conditioned the experience you're having right now. And how you meet the experience you're having right now will condition your future. So somewhere in the background, the grounds for a life as fortunate as this only come as a result of some accumulation of merit somewhere. And it's not an act of random chance. You don't have a random universe here. Life is an expression of a very pure and high intelligence, and it's not random. However it expresses itself in all the myriad ways it does, you can always see how it could be like that. Of course, To delight in a life as fortunate as this is absolutely, of course we should. It would be a terrible shame not to. But to delight without reflecting upon the grounds for it, and perhaps to not make a reflection of how we might continue to sow the seeds that would fruit with such good fortune in the future, might again err towards complacency, shall we say. My friend was a very fortunate human being right up until the point his life started to go wrong for him. He didn't have any sign of at what point his good fortune would run out. He got sick maybe 20 years ago and dealt with a degenerative sickness for 20 years and died last night. That is very challenging. It's not until you really get close to someone in that position that you might start to ask yourself, if that was me, would I find the courage and the humility and the grace to live that way? I couldn't say that I could. We don't know until we find ourselves in such a position as that. Somewhere inside, challenge such as that, or misfortune such as that, is either going to be our undoing or our making. Although he died last night, I'm inclined to think that it was the making of him. However challenging it was. Because I knew him well, and he was a good man, but he did not have the strength of character, patience, humility, or grace as a young man that he died with as a result of what he went through for 20 years. So this is a testimony to how it really doesn't matter what comes your way. It would be nice if it would all go swimmingly for us, but we don't know that it will. What is really important is that you find the courage to meet what comes your way and be with it so that it becomes your teacher, so that your challenges are an invitation to evolve and not your undoing. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a few people battle with similar sort of challenges, and often I've seen it be the making of them. But I do ask myself, what a shame that it takes a challenge such as that to find such qualities within oneself. It's often the case that adversity becomes our making. I would say that while life is going well for us, it would be a jolly good idea to see what we could do to find those kind of qualities within us. And not just to fall into complacency or a sense of entitlement or assuming that it's always going to go our way and we can always have what we want, because you can't. If you do always get what you want, you are without doubt one of the most fortunate human beings on the planet, and that is definitely not the way things usually go. Which is why I say, best thing you can learn, the greatest lesson you could learn in life, to take the knock on the chin, get up and carry on. And not allow your misfortune to be your undoing, but allow it to be your making. Because good luck, bad luck, we don't know. We just don't. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody to learn what my friend learned the way he did. But there are many people out there who have to. So remember, reflect from time to time when you think it might be a little bit tough, just how fortunate and how much good fortune there is and how much is swinging your way. And to remember every now and then to say thank you. If, when you find yourself breathing your last breath, I can tell you this, if you can find it within yourself to say thank you at that very moment, that will most definitely fare you well. If you can gladden your mind with a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what you've had as you let it go, that will serve you well. Being here, turning up, that's the gift. Everything else is a bonus. Don't take anything for granted. Somewhere, somehow in the past, you worked extremely hard for this extraordinary opportunity that you have. Honor it, so that at the end of it, you could say to yourself, thank you. And that will fare you well. It is not worth living with regret and remorse. It is worth living this life consciously, carefully and considerately, kindly and generously. You won't find any happiness greater than the knowledge that you lived well, and that you weren't a burden to others in your time here. So what you think your needs are, they aren't your needs, they're your wants. Your needs are already provided. Food, shelter, sound body and mind. Company from time to time is nice, and everything else is a gift. Even that is. The Buddha said, he who is of few needs and easy to serve is close, really close to being at peace. He who is of many needs and hard to serve is so far from being at peace and finds it hard to be happy. When you can delight in simplicity, because you can look out there and delight at something as wonderful as the day that you turned up in the middle of, you know your cup is full. You won't need much more than that. And you'll tread relatively lightly on this earth and hopefully not be too much of an inconvenience to others. So, remember to say thank you. Every night before you go to bed would be nice. But every morning when you wake up and you realize you're still here, say thank you. And each moment you sow the seeds of how your mind will be in the future. What kind of a fruit do you get if you sow the seed of a bitter lemon? What kind of taste does it have? It's not sweet. Is it the case that a bitter lemon produces sweet fruit? It's not how the universe works. If you sow the seed of a sweet mango, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain, what kind of fruit do you get? Is it the case that a mango produces bitter fruit? That is not the way it works. Sow good seeds in the way in which you meet your experience now. Because that's what determines what fruits for you in the future. So, think about what you do, what you choose, what you want, what you wish to apply your energy to, and think about it. Is what I'm doing, the way I'm thinking, behaving and living, sowing the seeds that fruit sweetly? Because although that process doesn't happen instantly, although it rolls out over time, and we can't necessarily see it clearly yet, it takes quite some discernment to see how that process rolls out. My friend came to understand clearly, okay, fair enough, and he carried it well. And he didn't die with an ounce of bitterness in him. But he might. One thing's for sure, last night he did not take that stricken body on with him. But that mind, that lived his challenge as his teacher, wanders on. So think about it like that, because your challenges are your invitation to evolve, or they're your undoing, and that is entirely up to you. Good luck, bad luck, you don't know how it's going to go, and it doesn't matter. Your welfare going forward does not depend upon your renewed good fortune. It depends upon how you meet what comes your way. So don't be afraid to take a knock on the chin and get over it. Much better than carrying it with you your entire life. These are the things that when we reflect upon them with discernment and start to see clearly, start to get our first glimpse in a way that we might not have stopped to reflect in the past. We start to see through the appearance of things to what might actually be governing how things are. This life, as I have said, is extremely intelligent, much more intelligent than we could ever imagine. So, when you live in conflict with it, sooner or later you know, and there's no peace. Work out where you're in conflict and let it go. Find your way. Come into alignment with the intelligence that sits in the background of your life. Because when you do find yourself in alignment with it, you'll know. And all the things that you're vexed about currently will not vex you anymore. Trust it. Trust this life. Neither grasp it or reject it. Meet it. There each moment, and each moment it will show you completely and utterly, in any moment that you choose to see, it will show you exactly what is going on. Because it is the same process at work, everywhere, all the time, and it does not vary. It is one process, and we are a part of it. And it's not behaving differently for you than it behaved for the next person. It is a single process that expresses itself through each of us. So make your peace with it. Making peace with yourself is making peace with that. It's not personal. unique and personal your experience indeed is. But what you are a part of is not personal, so don't take it personally. Yeah, Chris didn't take it personally. And that was the making of him. So, we practice what we call sharing of merit. When we wish to send loving kindness to someone, we do it to someone who is alive, because we can feel the vibration of their heart. We know where they are, we know who we're sending and where we're sending that feeling of loving kindness. When someone passes away, we share merit. Well, it's merit to make the effort that you're making here. So, let's do a little meditation on loving kindness. If you want to share merits with anyone who's dear to you, who may have gone before you, then a wonderful thing to do. Otherwise, maybe we'll practice loving kindness, and I'll share merits with Chris in the hope that he fares well on his journey. All right. So just rest your tired mind in the vast ocean of awareness itself. Rest deeply within it and settle within yourself into the moment that you're in, which is always all there ever is. And feel from your heart with gentleness. And make reflection to yourself inside 3 times. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let us share our merits with our loved ones and dear ones who may have passed away. Wherever they may be now, may they be happy and peaceful and free from suffering. If there is merit in the good deeds we have done, if there is merit in this loving kindness we share with others, then this merit we offer up to our loved ones and dear ones, wherever they may be. By this merit, may their hearts be gladdened. May they be peaceful and happy and free from suffering. Etawata chahamehi sangpadang punya sangpadang Sabe dewa numodantu sabha sampati siddhya Etawata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang Sabe bhuta numodantu sabha sampati siddhya Etawata chahammehi sampadang punya sampadang Sabe satta hanumodantu sabha sampati siddhya and to all our ancestors, wherever they may be. May they be happy and peaceful and free from suffering. May they look over us now with loving kindness. May they share in our merits. Idang o nyatinang o tu sukita hontu natayo. Idang o nyatinang ho tu sukita hontu natayo. Akasata cha bhumata devanaga mahirika. Punyang tang anumoditva chirang rakantu mang paranti. Etena sachawa jena soti teotu samada. Etena sachawa jena soti teotu samada. Etena sachawa jena soti teotu samada. Sukino wa kemino hontu sabe sata bhavantu sukitata. May all beings in all directions, may you be happy and peaceful. If you are suffering now, may you come out of suffering. If you are afraid now, may you be free of fear. If you are angry now, may you be free of anger. If you are worried now, may you be free of worry and anxiety. If you are restless and agitated now, may you be calm and peaceful. And may your hearts be filled with loving kindness for yourself and others. May all beings in all directions, without exception, come out of suffering and be peaceful and be happy. Suki no akemi no hondu sabe sata bhavantu suki nata eke jibana bhutati tasawa tawara wahana vasesa digawai mahantawa majima rasakahanu kadula ditawai wahadita Ichadure vasanti avidure Bhutahva sambhave siva Sabe sata bhavantu sukhitata Na paro parang nikubeta Nati manyeta natachi nanganji Vyaro sanna patiga sanya Nanyamanya sadhuka vichya Matayata Nayang Putang Ayusahika Putamanurake Ewampi Sababutesu Manasang Bhavaye Aparimanang Metancha Sabalokasmin Manasang Bhavaye Aparimanang Udang arocha diriyancha Asang badang awerang asapadang Suki no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Together Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe satta bhavantu sukhi tata Sukhi no akemi no hontu Sabe sata bhavantu sukhitata Sukhino akemino hontu Sabe sata bhavantu sukhitata Sukhino akemino hontu Sabe sata bhavantu sukhitata Sukhino akemino hontu Sabe sata bhavantu sukhitata